How amazing. Someone welded the fender to the rocker panel. Come look at this. I mean, how is this even possible? I mean, I do have my inner fender. There's a small hole there, but how does it collect that much dirt? All right, the damage is just as bad as you would think. We have the same corner here. We have old patches, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why these have been screwed in. That's something new. I'm gonna cut this piece from below this hole. I hope that the checking point is okay. I'm not surprised if it's not, but let's get cutting. I might want to cut this out too. Alright, the rust has gone through here, as you can see. Wow. Isn't that just great? So, this side is just the same as the other side. We can see the carpet from here. We do have a checking point which is intact. Now I noticed that I made it all wrong in the other side, but it doesn't matter. But I think this side is even worse than the other side. This side is also wet. I hope it dries during the process. Someone has actually burned this carpet a little bit. God, this is so... like you can see that. This car has been sitting here for weeks, maybe over a month. And this is still wet. I cannot believe it. Alright, midway check. The frame of the jacking point is great, but the base plate, it was non-usable. It looks like this, so... And I have to cut more of the rocker panel because I found these small holes. I'll have to cut the floor a little bit more, so we have to remove the front seat. It's blocking the carpet. I don't want to cut the carpet. This car is testing my patience. There we go. I didn't disconnect these. I hope I didn't break them. Oh. Look at that. I've been looking for this. I didn't know it was in the car. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, the carpet is now lifted off. But now we can cut it and weld it because there's no carpet behind that. I'm probably gonna cut this one too. It's pretty badly rusted, so whatever. Let's replace that too. Alright, let's turn these into metal. And there they are. They weren't so simple to make. The inner seals are a little bit weirdly shaped. Now let's weld these in. Alright, first part's welded in. We're gonna weld this one in there. That wasn't too bad after all. Will be our new jacking point. I was able to find that part, which is actually very close to the original part. Should be a little bit better than this old one. So yeah, I'm gonna cut from above the rusted part and then make a new part there and then weld this one in. Alright, our extension plate is welded. Next thing to do is to weld this piece down there. By the sound of my voice, you can probably hear I'm really tired of this welding. I will never buy a rusty car like this again. I didn't think that these rocker panels would be so bad. Plus the floor on the both sides. And once this car is welded, I still have to weld this one. My E30. I'm gonna need a lot of motivation to get all this done. And it does not end here. We still have Larry. But if you've seen the short video, this car was Larry in that video. But Larry here also has some rust holes. It has been fixed from some parts, but there's still a lot of rust. The Chaser is probably the only car that doesn't need any welding. Probably the only car that runs at this moment. I should sell all my BMWs and just get Toyotas instead. But anyway, we should continue with the E36. It's not gonna do itself, right? Jacking point. There's no gap between these parts, so I can now weld this into place. So look at this beautiful weld. Should we test it now? All right. Both front and rear are in there and the jacking point is intact. I think that's a job done, or part of the job. I was about to weld this part to the jacking point to add some extra strength when I ran out of wire. I'm gonna go to the hardware store and get a new roll of wire. Maybe come back tomorrow. I don't know, maybe I'll cut this and then I go home because I'm getting real tired. All right, our part is nearly finished. I went ahead and made it one piece. That ended up being a mistake because while this side is perfect, on this side we have a gap. I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna weld this on as best as I can and then I'm gonna have to improvise a little bit. We'll see. Right, I got most of the panel welded. We only need this small slice. Fortunately, I've saved the panel. The gap is too big. It's unfortunate, but we'll just have to work with it. All right, everything's now welded and it's time for grinding. The welds were looking pretty nasty, but after grinding it down, the part is looking really nice. Come down here too. I didn't think it would look even this good, but I'm sure that this side will need a lot more body filler. I'm gonna change to a finer disc and then grind everything down from here. Right, there were a few holes in this area. I welded them shut and now I'm gonna grind them down. And now it's time for some body filler. Also, on a side note, the carpet is drying. Don't get me wrong, it is still wet from under there, but it definitely is drying, finally. There's a problem with the air circulation in this garage, so it takes a long time to dry the carpet. Alright, the body filler is now drying, so while it's drying I wanted to show you this. This is a steering column replacement bush thing. I don't know the real name for this. Originally it's a rubber piece. It's broken in this car, so I'm gonna replace this, or I'll try to replace this while the body filler is drying. So let's see how that goes. And time to test our jacking point for the first time in real action. Alright, so here's the damage. The whole thing is just ripped into pieces. That's actually really dangerous. Fortunately, this broke in the garage and not on the road. Okay, I got the rubber part out and the attachment bolts. The other halves are still in there. I'm gonna try to remove this part. There we go. He's out. So these two bolts are still intact here. I'll try to remove them. And that's the second one. We did it. All right, it's in there. I had to mount this lower part and then the upper axle with the coupler and then just drop the bolts in. I'll try to screw them in. All right, took me a while, but all 4 bolts are finally in their places. Last thing is to tighten up this one bolt that holds the coupler in that spline. So let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully we now have a reliable steering system. Yeah, let's test it out. All right, the wheels are turning. I still have to remount the steering wheel because now it's off angle, see. But we'll do that later. Yeah, well, that's finally sorted out. Probably one of the top 5 worst repairs you can do to your car. Honestly, very annoying. You don't have much space in there, but it's finally done, so I'm happy. But yeah, job done. We have some more holes, 3 holes. This whole thing here needs replacing. I don't know if you noticed before, but this plate actually, it's not that sturdy anymore. Fortunately, it's an easier part, so it won't take that long to make. But still, more work to do. I mean, there's only one option. Let's get cutting. Right, I made these very professional templates. This one goes over there, and this one goes over there. So this will be a 2-part job. Let's go ahead and make these from steel. And there we have them. This one actually looks a little bit like the Volvo, don't you think? All right, all the necessary adjustments have been made. It was like this originally. I think it looks good. Our body filler is dried up. We can start sanding it down. Now I will paint the insides of these. Right, so we ran into a problem. Some of you maybe noticed there is one little hole there and this panel right here. There were many very small holes, so I cut it off, and here we have to make a small repair panel here. I should have checked that earlier, but I was trusting that this panel would be okay. But since I've already made this panel, I've decided to use this and make the little repair panel. So tomorrow I'll be welding these 2 and then fix the 2 places there. So yeah, a small setback, but nothing serious. We'll get over it. Right now I'm starving, so I'm heading home. A lot of work to do, but we'll get it done eventually. All right, day 2. Let's cut the small part out and start welding. Now as this plate is tacked in, now is the time to make these two parts. Well, look at that. That looks nice. So the parts are dried. It's time for some welding. Okay, I have to make some adjustments here because this part did not fit with the bottom part. I will weld this and then hammer the bottom part. I'm afraid that this won't dry because this is really thin. It's not very thick as it usually is. Okay, I got it sanded, but there are some deep holes, so I'm gonna add a little bit body filler to these holes and then it should be ready for painting. I think that's good enough. I might be rushing it, but at this point, I don't even care what it looks like. Alright, I think that's enough for today. We got the primer, paint, and with the paint I can see there are many imperfections, but the stone chipping will cover most of them. Some of it will still be visible, but I don't mind them. We're slowly getting there, but I'll go and get some sleep now. Tomorrow's a work day, so I'll go to work and then come back here to finish up the paintings. Right, time to apply the stone chipping. This is the state of things. There are some minor imperfections. It's good enough for this car. It's time for the top coat. Let's see. One thing before we reassemble everything. We still have this in bare metal, so I'm gonna apply some paint on top of it. While I wait for the paint to dry, I will realign the steering wheel. It probably won't be straight, but it can be better than this. Alright, it's the next day. Today's Saturday and we're on a tight schedule. I'm gonna try to get this back on road today. Since it's Saturday, there's only 1 or 2 places where I can get this car inspected. There aren't many things to do anymore, but I'm a little worried about the fenders as there are some holes on both sides. I haven't ordered the replacement fenders yet because I forgot. So I'm gonna try to get this road legal with these fenders. All we got left to do is put the interior back together and replace the valve cover gasket. I want to put the glue to the bottom panels and I will show you what this thing does. Let's get to work. Quick check on the carpet. Has it finally dried up? It feels very dry. All in all, there's still some moisturize. Not bad. I still have some time left, so I made this very sketchy looking repair patch for the fender. It looks very professional, and we're just gonna cover it up like so. Yeah, no one's gonna notice a thing. Right, now that's sorted out. There is one more thing I'm going to do before inspection, and that is this box. You see the headlights, they are not aligned properly, so with this tool I might be able to align the headlights. I'll have to put the car on the floor back again. So how this works is you point the thing to the headlight. I don't know what this is called, but there's a bubble so that you know when this is aligned. So once it's aligned, you will see where your headlights should point. It's not too far away. It's pretty good actually. This side is done. I'm out here doing final tests, and the side indicator is not working. Taillights are all working. I'm about to go to inspect the car. I haven't even test drove this car yet, so it's gonna be a fun drive. The inspection station is in another city, so hopefully this car will take me there. Of course it will take me there. I'm a little nervous, but we'll get there. After many weeks, we're finally back on road with the car. But let's not celebrate just yet. We still have the inspection to pass. Fingers crossed that we will pass the test. Yeah, it was a long way to get to this point. We're finally on the road. The one fault I know of is the license plate lights. They are LED lights and they are not working. So I hope that's the only issue on this car. But I don't think it's gonna be the only issue. They will tell me if there's anything wrong with the car. It feels weird to drive this car again. It's about half an hour to the inspection. I'll keep you updated how it goes. So the laws in Finland, they are pretty strict. You can't have too many issues with your car. You can have 3 minor issues with the car and it will pass the test, but they'll give you like a month to fix the issues. If you have even one like major issue like brakes or suspension failure, then it will automatically fail the test. If you have more than 3 minor issues, like 4 or 5, then it also will automatically fail the test. 3 is the maximum limit. And I already have one, which is the license plate lights. I replaced the indicator light also, so we still have chances, but I'll tell you how it goes. Alright, we're getting closer, and you're not gonna believe I saw an E30 Touring. That is so cool. You don't see many E30 Tourings. So the inspection is done. The inspection place is next to a shopping center, so I went ahead and got myself a new tripod. This is a little bit higher than the one I'm using now, so hopefully this will be a better and easier way to film stuff. But I'm telling you, it didn't pass. First of all, CO, too high. HG, I don't know what these are, but emissions, they're far from okay. Brake line, rear left, not properly attached. Parking brake cables, not attached properly. Front side windows, can't open both sides. I took the buttons off because the windows don't work, so if you drop them you cannot get them back up, so apparently you have to be able to open them. License plate lights don't work. Front right fender needs repairing, but I just repaired it. Front bumper damaged beyond repair. Tail light cracked on the right side. Anti-roll bar attaching loose. But yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minor issues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major issues. So no, it did not pass. There you go. Disappointing, but what can you do? I was kind of expecting that it will have many issues. Fortunately, they are mostly minor issues, something that I can fix. Even the inspector guy said that that's nothing, like go ahead and fix those, and encouraged me to fix the car and bring it back once it's fixed. So yeah, part 3 is on the way. I really wanted this to be only 2 parts, but what can you do? Back to the garage. But thanks again everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.